me give a shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for coming. And I know mothers have children who have to go home and do homework. But I just want to give a shout out. BCF in the house. Okay. Wonderful Wall Street Wednesday. Okay. Brindle Memorial. 100 Black Women. Sag Harbor. St. Aloysius. Oh, how can we name the Catholics out? Yeah.
Canaan in the house.
Who? Canaan. White House Fellows. Riverside. Union Baptist. All right. Oh, Union Seminary. All the unions in my life. Well, how can we leave any of the Greeks in the house? And our wonderful, my mentor and my wonderful teacher, we were at a Jewish gospel celebration of Yom Kippur a couple of weeks ago, and our pastor, the pastor emeritus of Riverside Church, Dr. James A. Ford, is my rabbi. So we thank God for him, for each of you and all the press. And, the rabbis are here. This is the brother-sister rabbinical team. Just stand up. These are the Berkowitz. They do a gospel. None others like them. So thank you for bringing our culture. And 100 Black Women, our president is here. And so many of you are just so warm to my heart. And we spent time. Did I miss any grouping of people? But all of you are my friends and family and extended family. I thank you for coming out tonight. It's been a whirlwind year. It's been a wonderful year. I just sent my oldest son off to Johns Hopkins University. He's been there for 2 weeks. And hopefully wants to do orthopedic surgery. So just about the time I need a doctor, he'll become a doctor. And I'm starting to need him right now. I don't know about anybody else in this house. But I worked out today and they told us to bend over and they said, okay, get up. I said, I'm trying. So I was there a few extra minutes. But our youngest son is in 10th grade, and so we've had a wonderful summer on becoming a woman of destiny. Becoming a woman of destiny is really kind of the path of my life at this stage. It is for the mature, seasoned woman who may have peaked out career-wise, who may be an empty nester, who is at that second stage of life. For many in New York City, you may have started a civil service job or some kind of job at the age of 20 or in your 20s, and you can retire in your 40s. What do you do with the rest of the time on your hands? And so it's for people seeking to find their path. Dr. Forbes has this wonderful sermon called I've Found My Place. And it's about when Jesus goes into the temple and he finds the place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. And he found what his mission and his purpose was on this earth. And each of us is always seeking that place, and that's what I call the destiny place. When you get to the point where you can turn the pages of your own life and say, wow, I've found my place. So it's based on the biblical Deborah, and for the Jewish, it's a Judeo-Christian Deborah, who's founded Judges 4, who was multi-dimensional. She was a wife. She was the first female prophet. She was the first female judge of Israel. And she was one who was able to be multi-dimensional, but also to make destiny decisions for her life. She ruled under the palm tree of Deborah. And so instead of running back and forth between Ramah and Bethel, she had the people come to her for judgment. And it's about, at this stage of life, making life work for you, making life work for us. Because we've been running and been on everybody else's agenda all of our lives. So at some point, by the 5th decade, or thereabouts, we should have some choices we can make about who we want to be around, what the time we need to do, creating some boundaries, when the kids need to be away, when you need to be away. Some days I run away from home myself. They have the commercials about the kids running away. How many of you want to run away every now and then? Okay, that's a destiny decision. Pack those bags and out of here. But it's been wonderful. It's a wonderful season, and it's many transitions. It's talking about turning your trials into triumphs when you're going to transition. To not look at life as a bad story, but every lesson in life is a lesson for the rest of your life. And to close some chapters so that new ones can open, so that new things can begin to happen with you. I was just with the press earlier, just before coming here, and they were asking questions about, how do you get to that balance? And I think you live long enough and you make some choices about what things worked and what things didn't work, and what makes you feel good, what doesn't make you feel good, about things with mind, body, and spirit, and how all three have to be in balance. So this morning I worked out, and because that's what I need for my energy. Last night I slept 8 hours because I've been on the road, and I need 8 hours, and that's what I need. People all over the world know that after 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, don't call my home. Amen. If you have my number, they're nodding their heads. They're like, can you go out to play? I'm like, no, I'm not going out at all. So, because those are the things that I know work for me, so I will not be an irritable person the next day, so that you can have a conversation with me and be pleasant. So we're so excited about what's happening. I have been nominated. I know many people wondering what's going on in that process. June 15th. Alan Emerson's in the house as well, my good friends. June 15th, President Obama nominated me. It's called Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom, and it has to be Senate confirmed, so I'm awaiting a hearing date. So those who know the power of prayer, whatever faith tradition, Jewish, Christian, Baha'i, whatever you do, please lift me. We're asking for this next 2 weeks because they go on a recess again in October. So that is as much as I can say, but I would be the principal advisor to the Secretary of State and to the President of the United States on religious freedom all over the world. So we're praying. I believe that this is my place. I believe this is my destiny moment, that what I've been prepared for all of my life, all of the trips internationally, all of the preaching, all of the segue of those to the faith and the politics, finding an intersection. I don't know if many of you know my late brother Charles was the first black assemblyman for the Bronx, for the borough of the Bronx, at the age of 26, which went against the machine, and we won. We had 4 special elections in the course of a year, and he won. And so that changed the guard. But people, when he became an assemblyman, people like Charles Schumer, who's now our senior senator, were people who rode back and forth in the assembly with him. Charles Rangel was not yet congressman, and those were people who were in our living rooms that I sat at the feet and I gleaned from them, not knowing that one day I would be in the world that they are in. And so it's wonderful to be able to be at the place where you see God's hand having prepared you for every step of the way, and it's wonderful. So I'm just getting back from Washington from the Congressional Black Caucus, and it's a wonderful thing. President Obama spoke on Saturday night. I did the opening prayer for the dinner, and I think we're in good hands. I think we're in good hands, and it would be a wonderful opportunity to work for our first African American president and our Secretary of State, our former Senator Hillary Clinton.